all painting a picture of the world for you in your mind. That you, each of you, haphazardly co-creates by design, but not by your design, by the design of the powers that be. You have to be careful. Be careful about the music your children are listening to and singing. Be very, very careful. Your children are the new and young generation that are creating the world in which we will be living over the next 40 years. Listen to the current top 40 music. Listen to the current rap music, the hip-hop music, country music that your children are getting into. What are the commands that they are receiving from the powers that be? Think about it. So what's the solution? I want you to type out your solution, but I'm going to tell you the solution that I came up with. But I want you to get in the chat room. I want you to email me. I want you to message Gary. I want you to get on Facebook. I want you to share this with your friends. What is the solution? What do you think? Do we just turn off the radio and stop listening to music altogether? That would be boring. No music. I love music. I don't want to live without music. I love to dance. My wife and I, we were talking today how much we love to just dance. Slow dance, fast dance, freestyle dance. Recently, I got into that song Broken by Lovely the Band. And the lyrics go like, I like that you're broken, broken like me. Maybe that makes me a fool. I like that you're lonely, lonely like me. I can be lonely with you. So I like that song. I like the song. I like that music. It's a catchy song. But I decided to combat the programming. So what I did was, instead of turning off the music, instead of resisting, instead of just turning my back on music and having no more music in my life, I just simply changed the words of the song to something that I like, to something that I want to manifest into my life. For instance, instead of their lyrics, I like that you're broken, broken like me. I like that you're lonely. What are they telling you? You're broken. You're lonely. You're a fool. So I changed the lyrics like, I like that people all over the world, they like my radio show. On Night Dreams Talk Radio Network, they get to hear solutions for good. All the people all over the world, they love my movie, oh yeah. Hollywood and Vine on Amazon Prime, they download and watch my movie. So I just changed the words. You can do that with any song once you know it well enough. And it's weird because when I started doing that, I would start singing their words in my head, like subconsciously. I would go back to singing their words, and then I had to stop myself and start singing my words out loud. And it was fun, and you can do anything with it. You can improvise. So you see, I kept the music part that I like, and I changed the lyrics to something I want to manifest for me, for myself, and not for the worldwide military-industrial complex or the so-called powers that be or the Illuminati or whatever you call them. And I'm going to get into what the Illuminati or the bloodlines and things like that in more shows. But these radios that come for free in your car, the AFM radio, the AFM, AM, FM radio, they're not really free. They come with a price. And that price is your mind, your freedom, your reality, your subconscious, your relationships, how you feel, what you think, how you see the world, what you create as your life. So you have to be very, very careful about the words that you are singing. Whether you realize it or not, words are so powerful, you might be haphazardly programming your reality without even knowing it. I think the most toxic and destructive examples of this music is in rap music, hardcore rap music. Listen to the things that it says about how to treat other people. Hip-hop music. Listen to the lyrics of hip-hop songs. And listen to it with a new and open mind and a new understanding from the legal sense. How about death metal music? What is it telling you? And those, if you pay attention and you just look around, and you look at somebody who's listening to hardcore rap or hip hop or death metal or any music really, you'll see that the listeners of whatever music genre, even country music, if you look at them, they actually embody the music. They dress like it. They act like the music. They fight like it. They shoot like it. They beat people like it. They play out the commands in that music. But it's the same with rock and roll. And like I said, country. All music. I promised you a solution to a major problem tonight, and I have delivered. And the solution is, or one of the solutions is, to change the lyrics to fit your life and what you want. You can still sing your favorite songs with the melodies you love, but retake control of your mind and make the lyrics positive. Make them your own. Own them. Right now, the powers that be are using you. They're using you as a tool to make their dreams come true. What about your dreams? What about your desires? What about your life? The life that you want to live? Here's an experiment that you can do. I want you to do this. Turn off the radio and stop listening for a couple of weeks or a day. Turn off the radio and stop listening to any music for a couple of weeks, for a day, for as long as you can. And you will see that sooner or later a song is going to pop up in your head and you're not going to know why. And you're going to start singing it, and you will then understand the programming power of the music industry. A song will just pop up in your head, and you will start singing it. When you do, remember this show, remember this, remember what I told you. Change the lyrics to something positive that you want to manifest. And you put it in present tense, like how I did. I like that people all over the world listen to my show. They like my movies. And that's what I want. And my businesses do well, and I'm fruitful, and I have a good life, and I talk about my positive relationships with my family and my loved ones and my wife and my listenership and my readership from my books. So you can do this. And in turn, if enough people do this, together we can change the world for the good. I look outside in my backyard and I see green grass and trees and a blue sky, and I don't see war and famine and strife except on television, so I stop watching because I can only see what I can see within a couple of 100 yards around me. Every now and then I see a car accident. So you can start seeing the world in a positive way, and you can change it so that together we use kind of the 100th monkey syndrome, where if enough of the population starts believing something, then it can manifest as a mass physical reality. And remember, parents, pay attention to what your children are listening. Pay attention to them. What are they listening to? What kind of music? Make your children listen to this show so that they can have the wisdom, the knowledge, the understanding that they need to make the right choices for themselves and for our future. Teach them what the word understanding means. Think about what I said about legal English, slang English, and formal English. Words of art are used in the legal field to put you into a tenuous legal position. There are three forms of any kind of language being spoken. Like let's for instance talk about English language. You have slang English, formal English, and legal English. A small percentage of the population in this world, whatever we're living in, speak legal English. Usually it's judges, which aren't really judges, by the way. They're just administrators dressed up to look like a judge in an administration center dressed up to look like a courtroom, with lawyers acting out a play using legal English to siphon Federal Reserve notes out of you and put you into their jails. So you have to understand, slang English is the words that we use on the street. Like, if I come up on the street corner, I'm talking to dude like, yo, what's up? You understand what I'm talking about? Blah, blah, blah. That's not formal English. That's just slang English that we just have learned from our friends, television, music. And then there's formal English that you learn in school, like, oh, yes, ma'am, I do understand what you're saying. And then in formal English, the word understand means that I understand the words that are coming out of your mouth. And I understand the definitions of the words that you're speaking. That's formal English. But then when you take it into legal English, understand, like I said before, means to stand under and take responsibility for. So when the judge says, do you understand the charges against you? That so-called judge, who's really just an administrator, is asking you, are you going to stand under these charges and be the one taking responsibility for it? And on one show coming up, I'm going to be discussing your leverage by using conditional acceptance, how to keep yourself out of any kind of legal jeopardy. And let me just cover that real quick. In life, in every relationship, every moment, when you're interacting with others, you have offer and acceptance. Let's say you're walking down the school corridor in high school, and you're walking down, you're a handsome young jock football player, and you're walking down the hallway on your way to class, and this cheerleader you've had your eye on is walking by, and you smile at her, but she doesn't smile back. You've made an offer of a smile and some friendship with her, but she has dishonored your offer by not smiling back, so there's no relationship there. But if you smile and she smiles back, now she's accepted your offer. Oh, that's an invitation now to continue with the relationship. But if she also is wearing the jacket of her boyfriend, who's also maybe the running back on the football team, and you're the quarterback, and she smiles back, but she's wearing the jacket, it's kind of a conditional acceptance. And the same thing works in the legal field. Like, let's say you're driving and you get pulled over and the cop asks you for your driver's license, and you say, I'll give you my driver's license. Even though I'm not a driver or an operator, I'll tell you what, you can have my name, because the cop's going to want your name because he's going to want to use it against you in legal paperwork. And you can say, I'll give you my name for $1,000 per use. Now you've made a conditional acceptance and you've stayed in honor. And we're going to get into that. So, good news, 2 weeks or a few weeks from now, we got Kenny Lee Lewis coming on the show to talk about his Skeleton Dolls book, which is an awesome, awesome book. And I've given you a solution tonight. Change the words to your music. Make them command statements that are going to be positive effects in your life that you can accomplish. Take control. Be careful what your kids are listening to. Make them listen to this show. Look, I got to thank you guys for tuning in. And I hope you have learned something tonight. And that you can see that there is a vast paranormal conspiracy on many levels